So not at this moment. I think it's high. So I have not invested in the stock market at this moment.
Spoke with President Donald Trump over the weekend. Here's what he had to say on crypto and on his new social media platform.
So you should invest in Bitcoin because it is going to the moon.
We could see a 500K Bitcoin or $1 million Bitcoin. The sky is really the limit here.
The first transaction by a president.
This is crypto after Donald Trump won the election. It's no secret that Trump's election has sparked a huge surge in crypto enthusiasm and optimism. His pro-crypto views has crypto investors and speculators encouraged about what actually lies ahead. Now the question is, will Trump be the catalyst that the crypto community needs to solidify its relevance in mainstream finance? Many believe so, and in this video, guys, we are going to explore some of those perspectives. Now, Trump wasn't always pro-crypto. I want you to take a look at this clip.
The opening bell for Wall Street is about to ring. I'll ask you one last question. You don't like Bitcoin? You wouldn't invest in Bitcoin? Do you invest in the stock market at this moment?
So not at this moment. I think it's high. So I have not invested in the stock market at this moment. I have in the past, but I have not at this moment. I think it's high. Okay. Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I was surprised. You know, with us, it was at 6,000 and much lower. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Essentially, it's a currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world. That's what I've always said.
Spoke with President Donald Trump over the weekend. Here's what he had to say on crypto and on his new social media platform, Truth Social. What do you think about crypto? Because, you know, New York and Miami is really getting cryptocurrency into their financial system.
Well, I never loved it because I like to have the dollar. I think the currency should be the dollar. So I was never a big fan, but it's building up bigger and bigger, and nobody's doing anything about it. And I know it so well. Look, I want a currency called the dollar. I don't want to have all these others, and that could be an explosion someday, like the likes of which we've never seen. It'll make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. I think it's a very dangerous thing.
All right, so those clips were from a few years ago, but right now, let's see what Donald Trump is saying.
Join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
He further actually goes on to say he will support crypto businesses, support the right to self-custody, and much, much more. I want you to watch this clip.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
And to even further solidify his stance, as a matter of fact, Trump now believes you shouldn't even sell your Bitcoin. What a complete turnaround. Check this clip out.
Rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart: never sell your Bitcoin, right? That's right, isn't it, huh? That's right. How did I figure that one?
If you're finding any value in this content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support us further, click on the link in the description down below. Buy us a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. Alright, so 4 years ago, Trump was initially against crypto because he was under the belief that this asset was created to undermine the US dollar. He called cryptocurrencies a scam, as you guys saw in the videos. But fast forward, 4 years later, he's now singing a different tune, and now he wants to make the US the crypto capital of the world. Trump doesn't strike me as a man that changes his mind so quickly unless he has compelling facts. So then the question is, what changed his mind? And what does he now see that he didn't actually see before? Could it be that perhaps he sees crypto rapidly growing to the point where no one, including himself, will be able to control it? Or could it be that he sees other countries, such as China and other BRIC nations, adopt the cryptocurrency asset, which may position them at an economic advantage and also allow them to be light years ahead of America? Could that be it? But either way, he does see something. He sees something powerful in crypto, and as an intuitive businessman, someone who's smart, he actually knows that if he doesn't get ahead of this and embrace it, America may be negatively impacted in the future. One of the boldest moves Trump made this election was this. So this is a post on Donald Trump's Truth Social page. He says, "I'm delighted to announce the nomination of Paul Atkins to be the next chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Paul is a proven leader for common sense regulations. He believes in the promise of robust, innovative capital markets that are responsive to the needs of investors and that provide capital to make our economy the best in the world. He also recognizes that digital assets and other innovations are crucial to making America greater than ever before. Paul is the CEO of founder of Patamac Global Partners, a risk management consultancy, as co-chairman of the Digital Chambers Token Alliance since 2017. He has worked on a studied and digital assets industry, a former SEC commissioner from 2002 to 2008. Paul strongly advocated for transparency and protecting investors. He earned a JD from Vanderbilt University School of Law and his AB from Warford College. Congratulations to Paul, his wonderful wife Sarah, and sons Stuart, Peter, and Henry." Paul Atkins is a cryptocurrency advocate and the former commissioner of the SEC. In the early 1990s, Atkins actually joined the SEC and served under Richard C. Brendan, and Atkins actually did play a major role in improving corporate governance, enhancing shareholder communication, and lowering barriers for small and medium-sized businesses that wanted to access the capital markets. In July 2002, Atkins was actually appointed to the SEC commissioner role during the Bush administration, but he left in 2008 to found his own consultancy company, advising major financial companies and cryptocurrency firms. He's been a major contributor to investor protection and even testified in front of Congress on the restructuring of the SEC to eliminate redundancies and minimize regulatory burdens on emerging industries. He is a huge advocate for digital innovation, and he's the one that Trump has nominated. So now, Donald Trump is now the first president to transact using cryptocurrency in a commercial establishment. He used Bitcoin to pay at a bar in New York City, and it was something to behold. Take a look at this.
Through here, phone. I'm just going to scan this QR code here with this phone if you want to take that from them. Scan that QR code right here. Take pictures. Right there. Right there. Just that one. It's like technical difficult.
All right. And fantastic, it went through. Right. I need to refresh the invoice. Refresh the invoice.
Oh, it did go through. All right, we're done.
Perfect.
The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol. History.
You know what that means? It's history. It's history in the making. Hello, everybody.
Okay, so now that we have established Trump's advocacy for crypto, what does it mean for us? And what does it mean for the crypto industry? Is it an era for us to now become crypto millionaire and billionaires? And that's the question that's probably on the top of minds of everybody who is an enthusiast for crypto. So the question is, what do others have to say? Well, this is what some experts have to say regarding crypto and Trump.
Well, thanks for having me on. Great to see you, Kalen. So you should invest in Bitcoin because it is going to the moon with President Trump. For sort of a brief explanation, it's a protocol, essentially a software that creates a decentralized monetary network where there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And despite that capped supply, there seems to be demand going through the roof, and that is a recipe for an increase in price. It has been likened, even by the Federal Reserve Chairman, to a digital gold, a precious metal in effect that is maintained on a decentralized platform by computers all around the world. And it's really revolutionary because you don't need a central bank. You don't even need a consumer bank or a commercial bank. You can custody your own Bitcoin if you want to. You can also have it through Coinbase or River or Strike or any number of apps that will help novices acquire some Bitcoin and learn more about it. It's really an exciting piece of technology that puts the power back in the hands of the people. It can prevent things like debanking that has been in the news this week. It can be a hedge against runaway inflation caused by government spending. It's really an exciting thing. And at Riot Platforms, we are one of the biggest publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies. So we have very large facilities with hundreds of thousands of computers that are helping to maintain this network. And the Biden administration basically tried to put us out of business for 4 years. And then President Trump promised that the U.S. is going to be the Bitcoin superpower of the planet. You don't get a much clearer contrast than that. And so that's why you've seen this bull run in the aftermath of the president's election.
I want you to understand what he just said. He just said that the Biden administration was trying to hinder his company from basically pushing cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. So Donald Trump has basically come on board and is now pro-crypto, which is going to supercharge the crypto market. Another thing I really liked was, unlike fiat currency, where, for example, the US dollar, where you could print as much as you want, the Federal Reserve can print trillions and trillions of dollars worth of fiat currency, you can't do that with Bitcoin. There's only a finite amount of Bitcoin in the world. As the demand increases, the supply stays the same. So that means the value over time is always going to go up. So it's actually a very good thing that they can't control Bitcoin or manipulate Bitcoin like they would fiat currency. So you can equate Bitcoin sort of like gold. It's actually going to, in my opinion, in the future, it's going to be like gold, where people are going to purchase Bitcoin and it's going to be a store of value because it will be a hedge against world fiat currency and inflation, especially if the monetary system of the world cannot manipulate and print as many of it as possible. If that was to ever happen, we will be in big trouble. Now, I want you to watch the next clip, because the next clip gives a huge boost in excitement, because they say Bitcoin has the potential to go up to $500 or even $1 million per coin. That is crazy, but it's not impossible. Watch this clip.
What? Where does it go? What's your price target for Bitcoin?
So I think in the short term, we're going to see one of two cases. The first case is we're going to have some sideways action between 110 and downwards to 80, and we'll see some chop. The second scenario, and that will come either in the short term or in the medium term, is once we have the Bitcoin Act, which is currently under consideration, passed, where the U.S. government will be buying Bitcoin into its reserves, as well as other countries and other corporates for their treasury assets as well, we could see a 500K Bitcoin or $1 million Bitcoin. The sky is really the limit here.
And why? What would drive it there?
So Bitcoin is inherently a scarce asset. You only have 21 million Bitcoins. And the Bitcoin Act, for example, proposes buying 200,000 Bitcoins a year, which would significantly drive up the price as there's a finite supply.
And what about use cases? I was talking about this with a guest on a previous show on Trading 360, just in terms of, President-elect Trump has talked about, the one rule of Bitcoin is you don't sell your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But do you expect more people to actually start using it in terms of an actual currency?
For sure. So I don't think that Bitcoin is inherently the type of currency that you buy a cup of coffee with. There are places where people do that. So for example, El Salvador, which I've written about extensively, they use the Lightning Network for those types of smaller transactions, but you don't necessarily need it for that. That's not the prime use case. The prime use case of Bitcoin is a store of value. So when we think about money, there's usually three characteristics that people ascribe to money, the economists ascribe to money, and that is method of exchange, unit of account, and store of value. So there's thousands of methods of exchange around the world. Every currency around the world is a method of exchange. Unit of account, however, there's only a handful. There's the dollar, there's the euro, there's the yen, and now there's Bitcoin. But when you talk about store of value, none of those things are considered stores of value because of their inflationary properties. So if you're a high net worth individual living in the US, you're not storing your value in a case of cash. You're storing your value in buildings, in businesses, in sports teams, in gold, and now in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is that similar type of property. It's just digital, which makes it that much easier to move, to sell, to trade, to transfer it across borders. So it's basically digital, it's property but improved.
And how much of a portfolio do you think should be allocated to cryptocurrency at this point? And has that changed now that we have a very pro-crypto president coming into office?
Absolutely. I think if you don't have at least 10% of your investment account in Bitcoin or Bitcoin-related assets, you're going to fall significantly behind.
All right, so I hope that got you excited. I don't know about you, but that got me really excited. It's great we have a pro-crypto president that is coming on board. Now, if those changes actually are made and they do create the Bitcoin Act, oh my goodness, a lot of you will be happy. Now, it's not financial advice, but she said something that's very, very interesting. Again, not financial advice. We don't tell you how to control or spend your money or what to invest in, but we just want to show you information and provide education so that you can actually make some informed decisions today and just be informed as to what's going on, especially in the world of business, finance, and politics, and that's what our channel is about. But she did say if you don't have 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, you actually might be falling behind. So I don't know where you are at in your financial situation, but I would recommend consider perhaps looking to put cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those other assets as part of your portfolio. It's just FYI. I'm just saying. All right? I'm just saying. Now, I like this next clip because Trump himself even knows his own influence on the market. Check out this post that he made. Congratulations, Bitcoiners, $100,000. You're welcome. Together, we will make America great again. If you've been trading, you will realize the bullish momentum in the crypto markets. Bitcoin and Ethereum have hit all-time highs. Meme coins are pumping overnight, creating instant millionaires, while NFTs is slowly gaining enthusiasm. Now, will Trump's re-election spark a revival for NFT enthusiasts? To be honest, I don't know. Only time will tell. But tell me what you guys think. Do you think it's a good time to buy crypto? Do you think Trump is right by saying to hold your Bitcoins? Do you think Trump's re-election will help bring crypto to mainstream finance? And how are you positioning yourself to flourish in this exciting pro-crypto Trump era? I want you to put your thoughts and reactions down below because I actually want to know. And let's start the conversation. Let's talk about it. So, while Trump is focused on building a strong foundation for his presidency, Joe Biden is finding ways to further undermine the judicial system while starting a secret nuclear war with Russia. If you want to watch that video, you can, because it's coming up right about now.